question one. Oh, before we start, thank you for taking your time to be here as well.
Oh, my pleasure.
Okay, so one, describe your experience as an actor slash voice actor.
Okay. So I have very little experience as well. I have community theater as an actor. I've never done camera work on camera work, so we can talk about that later. But I have been in voiceover. I started out in 2015 is when I trained. I went to one of these courses that probably most people go, oh, don't do that, but I had a great experience with it. It was oh God, voicecoaches.com. It was one of these package deal things, but I have no complaints about my first demo. It was I had a lot of fun doing it. And then I went from there, I went to I started networking and I actually got connected with Larry Hudson, who lives in the Los Angeles area and did his workout groups. And that really helped me grow as a voice actor because it's peer run uh, voice actor networking and not just networking, just coaching and going over. We each bring two scripts and one person directs and the other person reads, and it's really it was a great it's a great experience, and I continue to do that when I can. So that's my experience. Um I've done, I'll say I consider my what I'm most comfortable with is corporate narration, explainer, and e-learning. um I will also say that I'll double back and say what got me really interested in voice acting was I always loved the arts. I started out loving to sing. Then when I had a baby, I loved reading to her, and that's what kind of set the stage for me. It said, well, maybe this would be a good thing to do because I loved reading to her. I loved telling stories. Um, so, I'd say my child was my first inspiration for going into voiceover, and it's
Oh,
only gotten more enjoyable from there.
that's so cute. Is it okay if I ask you this is not a part of the questions, but
Okay.
what got you into corporate narration?
Um, well, let's see. I honestly looked at it from a practical perspective because, again, I think like most, probably 99.9% of voice actors would say, well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't speak for other people. But I'll say when I first thought about voice acting, I really wanted to get into narration and animation commercial. I thought that was so fun. I love animation. I watch it all the time, animation and anime type things. I think it's really interesting. I admire tremendously the people who are doing it. But when I've done these workouts with animation people, when they get the question, where can I get work? They said, well, first you need to move to LA or Austin. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I don't have that much confidence. So then I said, then, I just started coaching. And one of my coaches said, because of your corporate background, because I do work also in administration, I consider my survival job, is so it felt like a natural fit since I kind of have lived in that world for a long time. The corporate narration made sense to me. So I said, okay, I'm going to do that. And it's very challenging because some of those scripts can be very dry, and the challenge is to find the story in there. And I find that
Okay.
quite interesting.
Okay. Alrighty. So, number two, what are your favorite things about the industry?
Uh, um, I love the fact that I can express other parts of my personality that I don't usually get to do. um, I just like the fact that I can express myself. There are times I can be somebody else or express another facet of myself. I also love the fact that it's because I like doing solitary work. I don't, I like that too. I like the combination of solitary and when I get to work with people, that's great. I love that too. But I like that combination.
Okay. So, what are some things you wish you could change about the industry, and how would you change them?
Wow. So that's a big question. Um, well, I'll just go back to what I was talking about with animation. It's something I would pursue more
Mhm.
animation and anime because, like I said, I find that fascinating. And the more I've like that workshop with ADR with that
Yeah.
ADR workshop with Morgan Berry. I thought that was really interesting, and I got really interested. And then, you know, somebody, I think it was Bridget, asked the question, how do I get into it? And she says, well, first you need to move. She didn't really say it that bluntly, but I would, if I could change anything, I'd love to see it, the animation hubs to be more rather, it's not so concentrated in two areas.
Mhm. I
And they're
think,
more, yeah, go ahead.
oh no, sorry. I was going to say, I think Tony once mentioned that he and other people are working on to make it anime and animation more remote during
Yes,
the during
right.
the workshop.
Exactly. And that would be awesome because at this point it seems like they want in person and that makes sense. Um, but it would be awesome to I would love to see those two things. Like I said, make it more viable for people like us working remotely to be able to participate in a show that's being worked on in Austin or Los Angeles. Or to have I don't know, more studios in different places that create this sort of thing. I know that's a heavy lift. And I just don't know how I would change it. I don't know if I don't have the power to do that. So I'll just leave that there.
What makes, if you don't mind me asking, why don't you think you have the power to change it?
I'm just a tiny person. I don't know. I don't feel that kind of power right now. Maybe one day I will, but I don't feel it
Okay,
right now, but that's the best I can answer that.
gotcha. What is one thing you're looking forward to for the showcase?
Ugh. Lots of things. Where to begin? Um, I think the thing I'm really looking forward to is trying to see, I've been told by, so I'll just back up and say when I first signed up with MCVO, I was gonna do just voiceover. And then Tim Avery said, oh, you should think about on-camera work. Okay, I'll think about it. And then when I said I would love to do the VO day for this LA, she said, you should think about doing it. So anyway, this is just my big test to see. That's what I'm looking forward to, whether this is something that is actually a viable option for me, doing on camera as well as VO. I feel very comfortable in the VO world, although I could, like lots of VO people, I would love to get more work, but um, I think I would just really, so that's to see if there are other people out there who see me go, okay, yes, because in LA, that's the kind of going to be in front of a lot of people who see um, new on camera talent. I'd just be really interested to see if if any of those people think that I have what it takes to do
Okay,
something. So that's why.
okay. What are your goals for the showcase and your overall career?
Ooh, it's a big question. Um, my goals for the showcase are um, to come out with a lot of connections. I hope I can do a lot of networking. Like Law said, this is important to not just be there at the workshop, but also networking with people when you're not there. And yeah, I hope I can do that to meet people. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about your career as a whole?
Oh, a career. Yeah, I just hope that from all that networking, I can actually kind of go to the next level.
Hmm.
Because right now I'm working with Corey Disson on
Okay.
networking and
Hmm.
LinkedIn, which has helped me tremendously in terms of boosting my LinkedIn presence and also Instagram, which was very tiny. And now I got something going on there. Um, but I'm hoping to be able to go to the next level. to really start booking more regularly. So I'm hoping that'll help me with that.
Okay. What would the next, again, this isn't a question that's on here. What
No,
would
go
the
ahead.
next level look like for you?
The next level would be booking so much that I can quit my corporate job. I would be so happy to turn in my resignation and say bye. So that's what I'm looking for right now is to book enough work and get enough regular clients for them to say, gee, we wish you were available all the time. I go,
Gotcha.
that would be like, whoo, I'd be so happy. Yeah.
Alrighty. So, what is one thing you expect to take away from the showcase?
Hmm. What was one thing? Gosh, one thing.
If there's multiple, you can say multiple.
Okay, thank you. Well, one thing is I just like to really get some solid, honestly, I would love to get more representation. So maybe
Okay.
so that would be the one thing is to see I have MCVO, but I would love to get a West Coast agent if that's at all possible. So yeah, that would be a big goal for me, and that would be awesome if I could do that.
Okay. All right. What are your plans after showcase?
Mm. Oh wow. Well, after I clean my house, I'm kidding. No, actually, really. But um, plans after showcase would be just build on what I did. Just probably. Hopefully I'll come with a stack full of business cards and emails and be able to follow up with those folks and say hi. Remember me and love to keep in touch, just be able to keep in touch with those folks, whoever they are, agents, peers. I also suspect it's not just going to be us from the East Coast. It's going to be West Coast people there
Mm-hmm.
too. I look forward to meeting peers there and maybe making some friends and contacts that way. So that's what I want. Just lots of follow up and build on what I hope I will get out of Showcase.
Okay. And how do you plan, this is the last question, how do you plan to grow your business and within the overall industry after the showcase?
I guess I just want to capitalize on what I get out of Showcase. So my plan is probably get with Corey Disson and, and say, okay, I got all this, I got all these contacts, now what? Because he, that's what I plan to do. Just basically, um, he's kind of been my guiding light in terms of marketing because
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things that I've been really not great at is being able to to maintain, not just make the connections. I can make the connections, but be able to maintain them and not
Mm-hmm.
feel awkward about following up. So I think that's what I'd like to continue to grow my business is not just make the connections, but continue to grow my business by connecting with all these people and just maintaining those relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and within the overall industry. And I hope maybe I could get into animation. So right now, I would love to be able to expand into more things than the corporate world. So if I could get work in commercial and animation, that would be that would be a great coup for me too. I would love that. Thank you.
Alrighty.
It's a pleasure.
Um, it was really nice talking with you, Indrani.
Yeah, likewise.
I hope
Appreciate it.
to I hope to be able to work with you someday in the future, and
I
we will be able to talk to each other soon.
I hope so too. Thank you so much. Take
Anytime.
care. All
You
right.
too.
Bye bye.
Bye.